Welcome back to Kearney Creek Farm, and today I want to go over something, hey buddy, that really annoys me about this time of year, and it is how it gets so dark so early, and I've had to figure out what works for us here on the farm for lighting solutions. Not the most sexy or cool or tactical video, which is why I want to thank my wife for this cool shirt she got me recently when she was up working on base. I'm a little bit chunky though. What do you think? Am I a little chunky? Anyway, that's my device here, my pew-pew. Anyway, oh, and the hat too. She got me that and this cool patch. Anyway, on to business. So lighting, what I use during this time of year and other types of year, depending on if I'm working indoors or in a barn or something like that and I'm doing a project. I always carry my trusty EDC flashlight. This is a Streamlight. I think it's called a 2LAA. I want to think it either operates off of one AA battery or a CR123 if I'm not mistaken, but it's a good flashlight. It's kind of worn down. You can see how it just wears down because it rubs against my knife that I carry in my pocket too. But aside from that, what I'll have is I have a little Milwaukee Penlight. Not the brightest in the world, but it's good to find things that roll underneath that cabinet or that workbench when you're trying to get a job done and drop that nut or bolt and it just rolls to the far corners of the universe while you're trying to get a job done. This is just the Milwaukee Penlight. It takes two AAA batteries. I have some notes here. And it is 100 lumens. So not the brightest like me, but it does have a tap on, and then you can just press a little bit and you can just operate it with just a thumb press, or you can tap it to click it on. Nothing fancy, but it does get the job done. Next up, for hands-free, I would definitely suggest any type of headlamp. I'm a Milwaukee fanboy. You can hate me if you want and give me shit in the comments, but I like Milwaukee. This is called the Spot Flood headlamp. It has two AAA batteries, 450 lumens, and up to 25 hours runtime. I assume that's on low. I did my research on the Milwaukee website, and they were kind of vague on a lot of things, but sometimes they were real specific in others, so your mileage may vary on these things. It probably depends on the battery and the temperature and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it has an on-off, and then it has a mode button. So you click that on-off, and it'll go to spot and flood, and you can cycle through the modes. As you see there, different modes. I don't want to blind the camera, but you can kind of see that. And then, of course, you just go back to off. So that's good for hands-free. You're working on something, you got both hands, you got tools, material, and you can't have a flashlight in your hand. That's a good option to do or to have. Next up, for a little bit more power, we have the M18 Rover. This says 1500 lumens. It has two modes though, but it only gave one lumen output for this. It didn't tell me what low or high was. I'm assuming that 1500 lumens is the high, but again, their website wasn't too specific on that. 10 hours runtime on a 5 amp hour battery, which is what I have in here. And it just clicks into that little slot there. You probably heard my dogs barking. There is somebody who is using our driveway for a turnaround. It has an on-off. You can stop that now. Spoon. Up. Has an on-off button there. Hey, I don't need your help. They're gone now. You see how good it works out here on the homestead? If you have any type of issue, they will let you know that there is somebody here or somebody in your driveway or whatever. They're an excellent security device. Yeah, they just turned around. Anyway, back to the video. Sorry about that, guys. But it has an on-off right there. And then it also has a couple mode buttons you see right there. So we'll turn it on. I don't want to blind the camera again. But then you can go and strobe through down to low and then back up to high. That's all there is just two settings. And then there's, of course, off. But this is excellent because it is lightweight. I think I weighed it earlier. It was about a little over 4 pounds. It has this octagonal base. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8. 8 octagonal then. I'm not very smart sometimes. But anyway, what's nice about this is you can set it at any orientation. You can set it here to go, your light straight up. You can angle it a little bit. You have it flat. You can even have it tilted down if you had it on a shelf or something. You needed to kind of aim it downwards. This is great for, say you're in a smaller space like an attic or a crawl space, and you can't really get a big light in there. Just carry this thing, toss it up in there, and you can just set it however you want up there in the attic to give you that light while you're doing that project. Nobody likes doing attic projects, including me. Let's say you're doing a bigger remodel or a job where you need some bit more light. Even if it's an emergency light, it could be for, say your power is out, you just need some ambient light in the living room to just navigate where you're going, or you're doing work on your car, you need that light coming down into the engine bay there, or you're doing a remodel project and you need some extra light. That's where I went with the Milwaukee Rocket light. This is called the M18 Rocket Dual Fuel because it gives you the ability to also plug it in there. It does have a very large battery compartment. This is only a 5 amp hour battery. I think you could probably put, what's their largest battery these days? It's the 8 or is it bigger? Anyway, let me know in the comments what the latest Milwaukee big battery is, but it'll probably fit in that space. There's a lot of room for activities, as they say. This guy's cool because it has this button here. Oh, did I go over specs yet? Okay, no, I did not. This is a 2500 lumen on high, 1100 lumen on medium, and 700 on low, up to 13 hours runtime. And that's based on the 5 amp hour battery. Of course, you have a larger battery, you'll probably get longer runtime. So you take this thing, there's a button right here on top of the handle. You would depress that button and pull down, and that's when your base comes out and locks into place. Then you have these guys here, little levers here. You can pull both of those out, put it on the ground here, and you can pull this up. And after you get it where you want, you can lock that in place on top and bottom, and you can rotate the head wherever you want it to. You can have it straight up for kind of that indirect lighting. So you have, like, again, your power goes out. This would be great for indirect lighting in a living room or a bedroom, somewhere you're going to hang out while the power is out, or in the kitchen if you want to make some snacks or whatever. You need some ambient light just to see what you're doing so you don't accidentally grab those raisins instead of the chocolate chips, which we've had that conversation recently with the wife. She likes raisins, I don't. I call them fool's chocolate. Anyway, so this has a button on top, and you just push that button down. You can see it kind of indirectly here, and it'll automatically go to high. And you push it again, it goes to medium. Push it again, it goes to low, and push it again, and it goes off. Pretty simple. So then to put it away, you just pop these handles back out, lower it back down, and then latch those back into place. Come up to your handle again, push that button down, and bring it back up, and it clicks into place. This guy here, I weighed it, it's about 16.5 pounds. So not the heaviest, but it does have its, longer, but its store is compact because you can stick it in any corner and it just kind of just sits there until you're ready to use it. But I believe that's all I have to show you today here on the farm. I appreciate everyone coming here to watch this video. If you liked this, please drop a like. If you want to, subscribe. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time here on the farm. Thanks for being here.